And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Flyland Guy. Welcome back and welcome aboard. So for you guys, it's probably been a couple of weeks since the last video, but for me it has been probably a good month and a half. my pre-record game is strong, and there's been a lot going on since I was last in the skies. So I'll talk about that a little bit once I get here. But right about now, we are in Botswana as we're continuing our African tour. As you can see, we're also in a new jet. The Phenom 100 had to get some maintenance done, and I was also getting tired of flying it as well. So I just looked on the market just to see what was available, and luckily this CJ3 Plus was released. It's probably been out for a couple of months now, but it's brand new to me. So that's what we're going to be flying today, and we're going to be continuing the rest of the tour with this aircraft. Still getting the hang of it, but in the meantime, we're just going to enjoy it nonetheless. So we're going to be heading up to Maun, I believe that's how it's pronounced, Botswana. Currently in Gaborone, Botswana, at the Cessna International Airport. Cruising altitude today is 43,000 feet, which is really, really high, and flight time is going to be about an hour, just a little bit over that. So we've already got our IFR clearance, so we're pretty much ready for pushback now. So just going to request pushback from the tower, and then we're going to get going, folks. And good day once again, tower November 8 982, ready for pushback and startup.
November 8982. We don't see you at assigned departure runway as yet. Contact ground.
That's weird. Okay, you know what? I guess it's not expecting us. No, you know what? We have to tune ground. That's what it is. So let's switch over to ground, and then let's go from there. Good day, ground, November 8 982, requesting pushback and startup.
November 8982, Cessna ground. Pushback approved. Face northwest.
Pushback approved, face northwest, November 8 982. Alright folks, we've been through most of our procedures for getting all of our systems set up in preparation for startup. So now we're going to go ahead and get the engine started. We're going to push back as well, pointing to the northwest, so that'll have us pointing around heading 310, 320. But I'll just control the pushback manually, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're ready for pushback. So we're going to release the parking brake. And let's go talk speed. Right, so while we are doing that, so we're going to go ahead and start our right engine. And let's get this guy on. Forgot to switch on our lights here as well.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
And we'll go ahead and turn. So I'm definitely still getting used to this aircraft right now. It's to be honest, it's a bit of a handful. It's a bit of a handful, like especially on taking off because it's so powerful. Oh, this is guy here. We'll just ignore that. So that's from GSX. Alright. So we'll go ahead and stop the pushback here. Start our left engine as well. And throttle to idle. Good stuff. Alright, so we already have 9,000 set. Going to go ahead and set our heading. Actually, I think I already done that. Departing 260 here. We're going to go into heading mode, so we should be good. Right. Sorry about that. Sorry. Alright, engine start is complete. We can finish this checklist here. No warning messages that we have to worry about. I'll also go ahead and have our navigation source set to FMS, which is good. Yeah, everything's looking good. Alright, we'll go ahead and disconnect our GPU. Also make sure our generators are on. And we can come back here. Let's go to the map. This is a pretty cool feature. I like this here. We can kind of track our flight on the tablet as we go along. Alright, when I come back, folks, we'll be lined up on runway 26 and we are going to be preparing for takeoff. Alright, so I'll see you guys when I get back.
November 8982, Cessna Kamatawa, wind variable, runway 26 cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff November 8982.
No. November 8982, cleared for takeoff, runway 26.
Could have sworn is what I said, but I guess I didn't say the runway. Cleared for takeoff, runway 26, November 8982. Very particular. Alright, so one of the other things I need to double check here. I did not set my transponder. I think it's 5160. Just gonna double check that. Should have set that initially. Yeah, 5160. Enter. Cool. All good to go, folks. Take a look at our what's next after taxi. Before takeoff checklist, air source select knob to both. We just did that. Flaps are set for takeoff. Trim set for takeoff. The pitot static switches. Make sure those are on. Anti-collision lights are on. Landing lights are on. For takeoff checklist is complete. Alright, so this is where it's gonna get fun, you guys, because I'm gonna admit I cannot handle the power of this aircraft on takeoff. So I'm gonna have to try my best to ease off the throttles, but we're gonna be climbing to 9,000 feet initially on departure. Alright, here we go, all lined up. It's like we have, what's this, an ATR here in the distance. Botswana ear. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I'm really loving Beyond ATC and like the level of depth that it brings to an immersion that it brings to FS 2020. All right, folks, we are all ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and I'll set my parking brakes for now. Engines are looking good.
Botswana 03, ready to go, runway 26.
Throttle set to takeoff.
Botswana 03, hold short of 26 departing traffic.
Affirmative, hold short of 26, Botswana 03.
And we're looking for 95 knots, folks. Just gonna reach really quickly.
Runway 26,
Rotate.
line up and wait.
So, as I mentioned earlier, today we're going to be heading to Maun, Botswana. And Maun is one of those places that feels like it's perched right at the edge of two worlds. On one hand, it's a gateway to the wild, literally the jumping off point for safaris into the Okavango Delta, one of the most iconic wildlife areas on the planet. On the other hand, it's a town with a heartbeat of its own, dusty roads filled with 4x4s, a mix of traditional thatched huts, modern lodges, and people from all over the world converging for adventure, research, or simply to pass through. The town itself isn't huge with a population of just under 60,000, but it's one of the fastest growing centers in Botswana. That's partly because tourism there is a big deal. Maun's name comes up often when you're talking about luxury safari lodges, helicopter rides over wetlands, or mukoro, which is a dugout canoe, and journeys through water channels that weave through papyrus reeds and lily pads. But Maun isn't just a tourist hub, it's also very authentically Botswanan. You'll find locals herding cattle right on the outskirts of town, donkeys crossing the main road, and kids walking home from school in uniform. And despite the dusty, laid-back vibe, Maun is surprisingly international. Because of the delta and the wildlife economy, there are conservationists, researchers, expats, and guides from all over living here, which gives the town a fascinating, eclectic journey. The climate is hot and dry for most of the year, with scorching summers and mild winters, and rain usually falls between November and March, and when it does, it can dramatically transform the surrounding areas, especially the delta. That's when the magic happens. You have water which flows down from Angola and turns a dry landscape into a lush, green paradise teeming with elephants, hippos, birds, and big cats. And even if you stay in town, you often see eagles circling overhead or hear the sounds of frogs and insects at night. It's never far from the wild. Maun is also, it also has a small but busy airport, which is kind of legendary among safari travelers. It's one of the few airports where you'll regularly see people checking in with backpacks covered in red Kalahari dust, boarding tiny bush planes heading out to camps that can only be reached by air. And the airport is often the beginning of the dream for people who've saved for years to experience the Delta. Obviously, that's where we're going to be heading today. So one of the best things about Maun is how it doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It's raw, real, and at times chaotic, but it's also incredibly friendly. People are warm and welcoming, and if you have the time to stay a few days instead of rushing off on safari, you'll discover the rhythm of the town. Local bars playing kwasa and Afrobeat, roadside stalls selling vet coke and roasted meat, and craft shops with handmade baskets and jewelry. Plus, if you're into culture, the area is rich with history and tradition. The local people, mostly from the Botswana tribe, the branch of Tswana, have deep ties to the land and water systems that sustain life here. Storytelling, music, and oral history are still important, and it's not unusual to meet others who can recount decades of change in the Delta and the town itself. So while Maun might look like just a small, dusty frontier town at first glance, It's actually one of the most fascinating intersections of culture, wilderness, and human connection in Southern Africa. It's where the adventure begins, but it's also a place worth lingering. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Maun, Botswana. So, just a little different from before. I'm going to try and get the approach briefing out the way early so we have time to focus on our descent and landing. So, let's take a look at where we're going today. And we'll bring up Navigraph. And this is the wrong screen. So, firstly, I think we're going to be doing the Utphin. Actually, let me double check. Okay, so we're doing the. This is the wrong airport. No wonder. Let's go to flights here. Okay, so. We are going to be doing this one. The Apton 1 the APG A1K arrival, so that's us there on APGAR. Now we're going to be heading down right now to 6,000 feet to this Tibble waypoint, which is going to be our initial approach fix for the RNP Runway 08 approach. So we're going to be coming to Tibble and making the right turn to heading 075, descending to 5100 for our final altitude before we hit our final approach fix for landing. So it's a pretty straightforward approach, nothing crazy. This isn't a high altitude airport. Elevation is almost 3,100 feet. So we have to kind of keep an eye on that. The high altitudes are going to affect the performance of the aircraft, so it's something to look out for. Having said that though, I'm just going to take a look at the weather real quick on arrival. I'm assuming that it's going to be pretty good here. Mainly because flying right now, I actually don't see any kind of like clouds in the sky or anything like that. So I'm not really expecting anything overly crazy. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Not a cloud in the sky in the area. Absolutely clear here today. So yeah, we're looking at a really good approach. I'm gonna go ahead and set the altimeter now. Let's get that ready, and we're about to reach 10,000 feet. Just gonna make sure, yeah, landing lights are still on. That is good. Take a quick look at our approach checklist as well. Let's see. Just bring up the checklist down here. For descent right now, anti-ice as required, throttles is required. We already set our altimeters, and we'll just keep updating it as we descend further. And we do have to calculate our V speeds for landing. So let's see, is it inside here, I believe?
November 8982. Contact Maun approach 126.0.
Maun approach 126.0, November 982. There we go. Alright. I think we should be doing VRF plus T 10, which is gonna, or VRF plus 5. I should have this at about 100 knots or so for landing. It should be a good speed to maintain. Let's go ahead and contact approach, and I'll just let them know that we are on our way in. Good day M1 approach, November 8982 at 8400, descending 6000.
November 8982 on approach. QNH 1025 expecting ERR. Navi runway 08 with the tie bomb transition.
QNH 1025 expect on Nav 08 with the tie bomb transition, November 8982. Alright folks, so we're going to get ourselves all prepped for landing. When they come back, we are going to be on final, and hopefully we're going to be doing a nice smooth landing in Maun, so we'll see what happens. Alright, I'll see you guys when we get back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are established on final. We've already gotten our landing clearance to land on runway 08, which is straight ahead of us. We are also doing an RNAV approach. We're on the glide path, and everything is locked in. Let's just take a quick look at our approach and landing checklists. We've already set our minimums. Already done the passenger advisory safety fuel transfer switch. Set that to off. All anti-ice as required, and landing lights are on. Landing gears down, flaps are set, pressurization. We are depressurizing, your adapter can come off. And airspeed is looking good. Landing checklist complete. Right, I'm gonna take over. This is
Autopilot.
my aircraft. So hopefully we should have like a nice nice little scenery here on landing. I hope it loads in fine. We'll see what happens.
500.
But I think we're good to go, folks. A little gusty around here. So I'm just keeping a good eye on our airspeed, making sure it's all good. Little left of the runway. Or right at the runway, sorry. A little low. Just gonna account for that. And we're good now. guy with this GPU card is seriously in the way. So he needs to move. Alrighty. We have landed, folks. And I realized I told you nothing about what I've been up to for the past few weeks, but it's okay. I'll try and remember that for the next flight. But in the meantime, I will just go ahead and shut down. I believe we're good to go to do that. There we
Engine
go.
off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
Alright, anti-collision lights can come off. Taxi lights can come off as well. I don't normally do the shutdown checklist, but let's just do it for today. Let's see, park and brake is set. Anti-ice switches are off. Air conditioning, I believe, is also off. Taxi lights, we've shut this off as well. Passenger advisory switch, that can come off as well. Standby flight display, that can go off. Throttle's off. Battery switch can come off as well. And I'll shut the generators off too. Alrighty, folks. So that is it. So let's get the doors open. And here we are. Alright, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the flight. My apologies on stalling the aircraft right when we were landing. But yeah, I still need to get a feel for this aircraft. It's pretty much maybe the second or third time I've flown it. So I need to figure out the flight level change, and I need to figure out where to check the speeds for landing. I know there's where it gets set for takeoff. I just gotta check landing. So I think they might be in the same place though. We'll see. Outside of that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you see fit, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is your boy Flying Guys saying stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.